A scatterplot is simply a graph made up of dots. It's used to show the relationship between two variables. Look at the pattern of your dots to see if there's a relationship. So if you have a general upward trend, so as your hours of sleep goes up, so did your test scores, then you have what's called a positive correlation. If in general you could draw a line through and it goes down and to the right, then we say it has a negative correlation. And if the dots are all over the place like they are here, we say that it has no correlation. Now, one thing to notice if you get stuck on this is you could think, wow, well, if I have 2 hours of sleep, I might make a 40 on my test. But up here, this is a lot of hours of sleep. So let's say you had 8 hours of sleep and you made a 90 on your test. Can you see that you went from 2 to 8, so that went up, and 40 to 90, and that went up as well. But with a negative correlation, it works the other way. So let's say right here, you watched 10 hours of TV and you made a 40 on your test. But right here, you watched 2 hours of TV and you made a 90 on your test. So you can see that when you compare these, if your X value went up, you can see your Y value went down. So you would maybe say the X went up, the Y goes down, and that's how you know you have a negative correlation. To make a line of best fit, or a trend line, you want to make a straight line that has about half of the dots over and half under. You can extend the line to make a prediction. So in this case, we see this has a negative correlation. It goes down and to the right. We can use it, here's 70, 80, 90, 100, to make a prediction. So in this case, we can see that if we want to go to 100, we could go up here and we could see that it would be between 2 and 3, so perhaps 2.4. So that would be our prediction of where the line would be at 100. You could also use this line to create an equation. You would pick any 2 points on your new line, we would call those pretty points, as a friend of mine would say, and find your slope. So we know that we go from 7 down to 5. So our rise is -2. And we know our run here is from 40 up to 70, so we know our run is 30. So we know our slope of our line is -2 over 30, or -1 over 15. We can also tell that we would hit the y-axis right up here, right about 10, so our y-intercept would be 10, so now our equation would be y equals -1 over 15 times x plus 10. Now, you can do that with an equation. I will say that when kids first start, they make the line of best fit, and then they go down and extend it to make your prediction.